What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 5 different crypto mining stocks in this video. We're going to go over Marathon, CleanSpark, Wolf, BTBT, and Hive, all at the request of Navi, RZ, Boston, and David Jackson. We're doing this for you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. Okay, so looking at Marathon here. We're at $22.73. I know a lot of people had some questions or concerns about Marathon and CleanSpark because they weren't pumping by the end of the week. They actually moved down a little bit, but this is fine, guys. We're all we're in right now for Marathon. I think it's very obvious. We're in this falling wedge. We're coming to the end of it. We're about to break out and go to the upside. Absolutely, we are. There's no doubt in my mind that we're about to break out and go to the upside. If we look at the overall kind of formation here, I'm on a 4-hour basis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be on a 4-hour basis. Looking at this here, it's kind of got this like parabolic cupped shape. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We're absolutely about to move up. There's no doubt in my mind that we will. I want to take this low to high here real quick. 61869 zone for support. This low to this high. That doesn't look like the 61869. It's more like a 382.5. Okay, close to the 618. Maybe you go a little lower. You could go to 2174, but you don't have to. You're at 2273 now. I would expect that you see a continuation of this move, so probably a higher high out of here. What would that take you to if this is the low? That would take you right up to about your current session highs at about 33 bucks. I could see that. Yeah, you probably do. If not, you might move a little bit lower, like $1 lower next week, something like that. But you probably do start moving up higher to 33 bucks, 37 bucks. That's probably on the docket for next week. You know, I'm not saying that you're up here by next week, but you're going to start moving up, right? You'll probably next week. I think Marathon will close, if not above $30, very close to $30, right? So I think it's on its way up. You're at 22.73 now with the potential to drop maybe $1, but the potential to increase a lot more over the coming weeks. So that's Marathon. You want me to go over the cycle highs? Let's do that real quick, right? I do assume that Marathon could maintain its status as the top crypto mining stock, and with that in mind, being that this is that kind of that phase in the crypto lifespan that we have, you know, politicians coming into play, we've got countries coming into play, financial institutions coming into play publicly, because they've been here since 2017 or earlier, right? 2015. They just haven't been public about it. Until or maybe just not openly public about it, I should say. But anyways, Marathon being worth $7.3 billion in market cap valuation, I think a company like this could see a $100 billion valuation by the end of this cycle or somewhere near there, right? Certainly it could, I think, 10x from here or more. So with that in mind, you know, 10x from here is 900% in growth. That puts you all the way up at $226. Let's just see if anything lines up around there. I don't know. I haven't done this yet. I mean, I've done this before, but I can't remember. It's kind of cool, actually, how your 1272, your primary target area is the 1272 to the 1618, the minimum target in that area. It's actually lower than what a 10x would be, which I think is a very doable market cap for this thing. They've been building Bitcoins, right, guys? Like, you have to understand, they've been building. They've been adding facilities. They've been adding miners. They've been getting more sophisticated machinery, and Bitcoin's only gone up in value. This company is a crypto mining company, but they probably are also a crypto bank to some degree, right? Like kind of like MicroStrategy. I bet Marathon, call me crazy, has their own Bitcoin reserves or crypto reserves also, right? So essentially, as time goes on, Bitcoin gains price. Their reserves, their value, the overall valuation of this company being miners too, just as themselves, let alone owning cryptos, it's going to go up. I could absolutely see this thing doing more than a 10x from here. Now, something, you know, if it was to do a 10x would be 73 billion. So what? A 15x is just over 100 billion. 15x. Yeah, I could see that too, man. I could see, you know, genuinely MicroStrategy, it could go all the way to 637 by, I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. I don't think it will. Okay. I don't think that it will. I would not bet on it going there. But if somebody's like, yo, you don't think it's going to go there, I'll bet you it does. I wouldn't bet that it doesn't go there either. Like I wouldn't want that bet. I want nothing to do with that bet. But I am pretty confident you will at least break $200 by the end of the cycle. If not, you really stand a chance to break 300. You're at 22 now. Phenomenal. What are you talking about? It looks good, man. Looks really good. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Marathon. All right. CleanSpark is the next one. CLSK. Had a little bit of a dump this month so far, down 16%. 19% in this past week. You're down at $12.02. A little bit of a drop off today to end the week, down 2%. That's a lot of volume. That is a lot of volume, isn't it, guys? That's the most volume on a daily perspective, almost similar to what you saw here on the 11th of November, but technically the most volume you've seen on a daily perspective since February, since we were at the highest. Now, here's a little perspective I want to offer you, okay? February, right? Since the highs, that's the most volume. That was when we saw it, okay? You're moving up. You're moving up overall. You're moving up, right? In this little phase that you're in here, you're moving up, okay? You move up, you get less volume, right? You get a lot of volume still, but it's less volume, so you die off, you die down. You move up again, you get less volume, so you die off, you die down. You consolidate for a very long time, okay? That makes sense, right? Here, you're moving down, and you're losing volume, right? And then right as you break out of this zone, right as you break out of it, you gain all this volume here. Normally, that's not a good thing, okay? That's normally not, whenever you pick up volume on the way out, that's not a good thing, okay? But here, again, kind of like this over here, you were picking up volume on your way out, but you didn't persist. You gave it back, right? You didn't persist, you gave it back. That's my assumption, is that you're not going to persist going down. You're going to give it back. All this volume coming down, you did break out of the zone, but you didn't like break out, right? All this volume coming up here, you broke out of the zone, and you more so than what we've got going on now, but you didn't really, right? You didn't really break out at all. All I'm trying to say is I think this is a fake out. I think that the amount of volume that came in on this day, this end of Friday day, is just a higher low coming in here with these higher highs, right? You're in this nice trajectory upwards. Really, it's probably a lot of volume to buy. There's probably a lot of buying that went on down there. If we take an overall low to high here, you pull back to your golden ratio there. Overall low to high here, you just did the same thing, pull back to your golden ratio. This time, from a high to a low, you went up to your 200 level to find resistance, 200 level. The next time, from a high to a low, maybe I should take the actual high, actually. Come on now. High to low. You again went up to your 200 level. Okay, so on the extended side of things, you've gone to the 200 level on this one. From the high to the low, you went to the 200. High to low here, you went to the 200. And then from the low to the high, you went to the 618. Low to the high, you went to the 618. So, wild guess, maybe, might be crazy, I know. You've only done it the last 2 times. Maybe you're on a moon mission all the way up to your 200 level, all the way up at 27, 28 bucks. Maybe you're ready to break out of this. Maybe you're ready to bust this popsicle stand. Or what do they say that? How do they say that? Let's blow this popsicle stand. That's what they say, not bust. But maybe, being that this is a bigger range, this is a deeper range than this was here, maybe because it's deeper, we don't see these deeper extensions. That's fair too. But if we don't see the 200 level, the next target area then would be the 1618 probably, and that makes sense for a couple reasons as well, because that is right at previous areas of resistance going back here. So we're at $12 now. You sold off a little bit at the end of the week with a good bit of volume coming in, but it's a higher low and a nice trajectory of this formation here. I think really what you are is you're set up for this next move. I think that between now, I think next week's going to be really good for CleanSpark, you guys. I think it is. But between now and Christmas time is my thoughts. Between now and Christmas time, you're moving up to $23.58. You're at $12 now. It's the 13th of December. Christmas is about 12 days away. And in less than 2 weeks' time, in a week and a half's time, CleanSpark will be worth $23.58. Take it to the bank. That's my expectation. Let's go to the all-time highs now. High to low. I don't expect that we'll see the 1618. But just like Marathon, I would say it's a possibility that I accept. It's not something that I am expecting. I am accepting. I'm not expecting it, right? So 307 on the table. Probably don't go there, but I wouldn't bet against it. I just wouldn't bet on it either. More likely we go somewhere between $160 and $101. You're at $12 now. CleanSpark has a market cap of $3.5 billion. It's definitely deserving of higher market caps. It's one of the biggest behemoths in the space as far as crypto mining goes. A 10x from here would give it a $30 billion market cap, right? And that's right in the middle of this zone, $35 billion market cap. If we hit the 1414, that's a 13x from 3.5. What's that? That's 45 billion essentially. Maybe we stop there. Maybe we stop in this area. But CleanSpark, you know, it's possible. It could go all the way up there. I don't know if CleanSpark's deserving of a $100 billion market cap this cycle. Maybe it is. But they've got a lot of infrastructure too for mining. They've got a lot of stuff going on. They've been doing a lot of building too and trying to gain a dominant foothold in this space. And look at all the volume that's coming, man. So I know it might sound crazy, but $307 really is a target that people should consider, because that, again, that's a 24x from here. Let's call it a 25x. 25x, 10x is 35 billion. 20x is 70 billion. A 5x would be 15, it'd be like 17 and a half, 18, let's call it 18 billion. So 18 plus 70, that's not even 100 billion. You guys, like, genuinely, as time goes on, I'm actually thinking, I'm like, 307 actually doesn't sound so crazy. Maybe CleanSpark could hit that, honestly. I think stopping at $101 sounds crazy. Stopping at 101 to me sounds more crazy than hitting $307. But who knows? Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's CleanSpark. Let's go on. Let's move on from there. Talk about Wolf now. Wolf, right? Yeah, Wolf is the next one. Wolf. Let's just start off with the cycle high predictions too for Wolf, and then we'll move into the short-term stuff. So very dominant, all-time high to all-time low fib. That's crazy, bro. It's just like this whole move is your all-time high to all-time low. You're at your golden ratio now. I don't know if you see $146 by the end of the cycle. That's the minimum target, but you definitely could see that, right? It's definitely up there. $2.7 billion right now. I suppose, yeah, I could see you seeing that actually, yeah. Even that, but definitely not the 1618. So I guess Wolf, I could see you getting to, and I know less about the fundamentals behind this, but I know that they've been building a little bit too. There's a lot of interest here in the volume. You can see it, right? I would say something between 146 to 273 is probably a likely target area for Wolf. You're at $7.04 now. So good job, Wolf. Yeah, you're going to do really well for yourself. Monthly RSI looking immaculate. Weekly RSI looking immaculate as well, very bullish. Daily RSI, kind of boring, kind of neutral. That's fine. It's overall bullish too, though, to be completely fair. Looking at the price action, from a high to a low, all the way up to your 1414, back down to your 100. You guys, this is really bullish. This is a bullish phase consolidation that you got going on right here. You probably do move up to $11.10 very, very soon, and you probably don't stop there. You probably continue. This kind of consolidation like this tells me you're not going to stop here at 1618. You probably do move up here. So Wolf, the next target areas that I would expect are 14 to 1544. You're at $7.04 now. These are probably going to be by the end of the year targets. All right, unless you see some kind of massive sell-off because of this like bearish divergence, but I don't think it is bearish divergence. I don't think you do sell off. Time will tell. We'll see. I think you're consolidating. You look like you have nice structure. I think you're about to break out to new all-time highs, or not new all-time highs, but new relative highs. New all-time highs, sure, in time, but let's just see too. 2618 lines up real well with that 886. I don't know. That's at 2635. Wolf, moving up. By the end of this year, I would think that you're at least double in price, if not more. Okay, that's my thoughts for Wolf. Let's talk about BTBT now. Bit Digital. This one also looks really ready to break out, to see some upside action, right? Here, you kind of had a nice straight line up, like a very vertical move to the upside. Here, same thing. Here, you've been more marching. You've been up and down all the way up, right? It's been very methodical. So I think you're consolidating. I think you're about to rip really hard, right? I think you're about to get your more vertical move. It's coming. From a high to a low, yeah, you're right below your 618. I don't think you stop there, right? I think you go to your 786, 886. So you're at 410. Your next target area is 1363 to 2061. All you did this week was form a higher low in the right areas too. It looks perfect. It looks beautiful. Daily RSI also looks really good. I think you're moving up, man. I'm not worried about this at all. Yeah. The 3-hour RSI looks a little bit ugly, but it's better looking than it is worse looking, to be completely fair. And the daily looks good, and the weekly looks good as well. So I'm not worried about the price at all. I think it's going to be fine. I think you're going to do phenomenal. Next target area is $13.63 to $20.61. Let's finish this bad boy up and talk about Hive. Hive, let's see. Kind of overall, higher lows, higher highs. It's actually kind of it didn't look like that at first, but kind of like a parallel channel, huh? Bullish structure overall to say. Monthly RSI is looking like it's starting to get some strength. Weekly RSI, a little double top action there. Bullish overall, you're kind of consolidating as you are in the price, so it makes sense. Finding resistance here. You know, this time when you found resistance, you just moved straight down. This time when you found resistance, you just moved straight down. This time when you found resistance, you just moved straight down. And this time when you found resistance, you just moved straight down. Oop, I'll be right back, you guys. I got to go check on my daughter. She's crying. The dramatic pause is over, okay? All I was trying to say is you kind of sold off a little bit, but really you're consolidating in the zone. Every other time that you've had resistance in this area, you've sold off immediately. This time you haven't really. A little bit of an immediate sell-off, sure, but that might have just been recoil from this immaculate pump. But this kind of behavior is different than anything else you've seen in this zone. So different behavior might beget different results, right? And you are holding support here after pulling back, where every time you've pulled back, there was just no support to hold, right? You were holding resistance, if anything. So Hive looking bullish, definitely looking like it's at the bottom of its consolidation here, or its trend, I should say. It makes sense. A lot of the mining stocks look like that as well. Yeah. Moving down, losing volume, perfect. Daily RSI, the daily RSI kind of looks concerning, I'm not going to lie. And the 3-hour does not look good either. I'd like to see what you do next week. I'm assuming you move up next week. If I'm wrong, You could be due for a move that's below $3 again. But if I'm right, you'll probably pump to open up next week. So I think you do get ready to move up. That's my personal expectation, so I'm going to stick with that. High to low here. Yeah, yeah. I think you're gonna move up to like you're at 381 now. You probably move up to 619 over the coming weeks, and by the end of this month, 752 and higher is what I'm thinking. Yeah. I got nothing else to say, guys. I think I've said everything I need to say. All these charts are looking pretty good. Hive, I gotta admit, is the one that looked a bit strange to me on the weekly and the daily RSIs. There's a little bit of concern. The weekly overall looks bullish, but the daily, it's kind of weird. It's like it's too neutral, and right here it's looking a little bit like it's showing some weakness, so that's not good, which basically can be overrided as long as you get an immediate pump next week. Like Monday can open up to the downside, but it needs to finish green. Tuesday, like getting that opening greenness to the week is what you need. If Monday's red, barely. Tuesday, Wednesday, though, you got to get moving up, man. You really got to. So Hive, out of all these, is the one that's in a more like critical position, and they kind of all are in a certain degree, but I have confidence they're all going to pump. So I got nothing else I want to say, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will say, if Hive goes down, there is still hope maybe that you could find support at 342 or 314, but if not, you probably do go to like 268 or 287, somewhere in that zone, but time will tell. I don't think you do, but just to be aware, if that does happen, it could happen. You never know. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.